Hi, my name is Melissa Ryba, and this is Major Assignment 6. This unit covers health and wellness. The setting is a 7th grade health class at Foundation Academy Middle School. The core curriculum standards I would like to make sure are covered is use of effective decision-making strategies, help the students predict how the outcomes of health-related decisions would differ in an alternate decision was made by themselves or others, and to help determine how conflicting interests may influence one's decisions. There are 2 topics in this lesson we would like to make sure they understand. Effective communication is the basis for strengthening interpersonal interactions and relationships. Teaching them resolving and the use of refusal, negotiation, and assertiveness skills when responding to peer pressure, disagreements, or conflicts, as well as how to demonstrate verbal and nonverbal interpersonal communication in various settings that will impact the health of their self or others. The behavioral objectives that are going to be sought are that students will be able to compare and contrast verbal and nonverbal interpersonal communication strategies within a variety of settings and cultures, different situations, so they would be able to formulate a graphic organizer that would show changes that teens go through and how the changes affect their communication. Students should also be able to identify other influences in their health in order to create healthful ways to avoid problems and seek healthier influences. And the third behavioral objective is that students will be able to utilize the previous 3 weeks' triangles, the works that they had did from previous lessons, and add them to their graphic organizer, building towards an informational poster at the end of the unit. The materials they will need would be their previous week's works, the health triangles and their notes, their textbook for reference, their graphic organizer they've been working on, a poster board to start working on, a computer to model, and a pen or pencil for outline. The content, method, and materials needed. The content would be to distinguish between good and bad habits for dealing with things. That would be asking questions and giving students time to think about it, writing it on the whiteboard with markers. Discussing iMessages and exploring their power. There's a handout that's attached. It is a copy. We'll give that paper to the students and discuss the paper after it's filled out. The consequence blame game. Also, that's another handout. The students will come up with ideas for how to play the blame game. Also, we're going to work on their graphic organizer and plan for their final poster with their habit and personal plans. This is the I statement paper. It talks about an example of, you make me angry because you're always late. And the I statement would be, I feel frustrated when you come home late because I stay awake worrying. Another example, you never call, you don't even care. I statement, I feel sorry when you forget to call. I feel hurt when you forget to call because it seems like you don't care. The scenarios on the form are also practice scenarios, so they can use their I statements, and what we would do is, as they're using them, we will go through them and see who appreciates which of the I statement better and why that may be a better scenario to use. This is the blame game. The rubric is at the bottom, which states does not use any examples. Satisfactory would be uses 3 examples of both, and good would be completes 5 examples of both. So what have we done that is not my fault? What is my fault? And what could be considered as both, using examples of previous arguments that happened that day, or disagreements that happened that day, or misunderstandings that happened that day. This is the graphic organizer rubric. It covers using this criteria, choose the appropriate number from the following scale. So they see that 1 is weak, 2 is moderately weak, 3 is average, 4 is moderately strong, 5 is strong. It discusses how the graphic organizer has an appropriate label and title, that its lines, boxes, and text are neat and legible, that it's accurate. We'll check for spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Make sure it's easy to follow. Make sure that the relationships present are correct and clear. It portrays the information appropriate to the relationships being represented. It's also related to its concepts, and that it is on point for the assignment, and it will show the student's potential in order to be able to lead to the poster at the end of the unit. The poster assignment with its rubric. The poster will represent wellness. It should include all aspects of wellness, including physical, mental, and social, which are all the topics that were covered with MA 4 and 5. It discusses that we need at least 3 pictures or phrases, telling everybody which, how many points each is worth, and that would be how the poster would be graded. Once again, we do an exit ticket for the unit, which is very simple, just trying to make sure they have some type of grasp. Explain the relationship between health and wellness, and choose an action that would improve your health. We have a quiz that will be given at the end of the unit. There are quite a few things that we give the students in order to be able to pull their grade up if they weren't participating fully along the way. The quiz has 3 open-ended, 3 fill in the blanks. It's got 5 matching and 3 true or false. And this is the answer key. These are the references which we used Therapist Aid to get the I questionnaire off of. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.